All right, blessings, blessings, blessings. What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be going over the sell setup that happened on Bitcoin yesterday, and it was an amazing sell setup. This sell setup right here that went for over 2,000 points, and it's amazing because I was actually able to identify this sell pattern and call it out before it even happened. But what I will be able to say is that unfortunately it didn't hit my exact target if I hit play. Right, this is actually where price is right now. I wanted to see 56,500, and we got not really. Actually, I think it did wick it. Either way, it didn't come all the way down to my -13 extension level, is which I wanted. But I'll be going over that in that video. So first things first, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully I can impact you with some type of perspective and different knowledge. So I'm going to be going over two different charts. I'm going to be going over a blank chart to walk you guys through exactly, how I get there from point A to point B, but I'm also going to be going over my viewpoint on how I look at the market, right? I don't like to change my chart for anybody, right? Because I want you to really be able to see what I see. So first things first, I'm just going to go over the sell setup in itself, right? My entry was right here, right? And I was looking for an entry projection specifically from this high to this low. So I'll be going over to my blank chart so I can really walk you guys through. And like I said, from this high to this low, I was looking for a sell rejection based off of let me do it this way so you can see exactly how I'm looking. Based off of the 618 and the 50%, I was seeing massive rejection right here in this zone. If I were to draw a box between right here, the 618 and 50, you can see that the buyers were having heavy challenge to get across this zone. And then here you go, you can see a massive, massive, massive drop. Beautiful sell, beautiful, beautiful sell. But how I was able to even know this sell was happening was from this three count wave rejection over here on the left side, right? Beautiful, nice rejection from, as you can see, from the rally up, right? We had a nice rally up to the top side. And then after, the rally, we started to see this first rejection, right? A second rejection, and then this final third rejection. Now, this last third rejection really caught my eye specifically because of this price action that happened right here. Right. What I liked about this price action is that it got some opening closures beneath our moving average. Extremely important. And not only did we have some closures beneath our averages, if you look at these relative equal lows over here, for my institutional price action traders, you can see that the low was rated, and actually it kind of filled in some of the IPA, insufficient price action, that we had in. Didn't really fill all the rest of it, but some of it was still filled. So this was nice, really relative key price action that I needed to see in order for me to catch the sell. Now, just because I have this right here does not mean I can be like the rest of the market and instantly start selling. As you can see, people saw this sell right here and automatically think that they could start selling, right? No, this is why you have a lot of consolidation, or in my in my definition, I like to call this accumulation, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Beautiful, beautiful market movement. And to visually just show you guys what I mean by that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to color this box right here to be yellow. Yellow representing the accumulation, right? Price is building up. It's building up. It's building up. It's building up. And then you finally had a break out of the accumulation, break out of that box. Now, this is where the buyers are like, yes, we're about to, finally get that move. But this is where the manipulation happens. And then this is where you have a beautiful, beautiful, nice distribution. I'm gonna actually draw this like this so you can see exactly how, right? Beautiful, beautiful distribution. I'm actually color that blue so you can see the distribution. But in reality, this is actually just another accumulation, right? Another accumulation box, right? And if I were to tighten it down just a little bit more, right before the final, right? Beautiful, beautiful drop. Beautiful, beautiful distributed drop. And what I really like about this drop, right before, we have this bullish price action, these buyers really starting to get back into play. Notice how I said IPA earlier. IPA stands for insufficient price action. If you pay attention over here, right, these nice big long bullish three candles right here, very, very key to pay attention to. Very, very key. But, to not get too deep into it, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to measure this one specific candle, okay? And then I want to pay attention to this 50% mark. Now, watch what happens when I mark this 50% mark. Just watch what happens, family. Ooh, did you see it? I'm about to blow some of you guys' mind with some institutional smart money concepts, but that's not the way I like to, break down and teach. Now, that's a little bit more advanced, but just look how price came perfectly into this wick rejection and bounced off, right? I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more, and then I'm gonna really break it down, right? Not only do we have that, but we have the fib rejection, where I like to go for my fib extensions from the -13 to the 618. But if you actually use the fib extension tool, measuring from this high to the low, back to the second high of the break, you have another -618 extension, and price came right down in here. But if I were to go down to the lower time frames, right, specifically the 5-minute, I'm gonna show you how powerful this is. How powerful the structure of not only the 50% mark of the disinfiscid price action, right? Look at this first wick rejection, right? This first wick rejection price was not trying to even stay over here. You got one candle, family. You have one bearish candle that closed beneath here and then up to the upside. There was nothing else. There was nothing else to talk about. It took off. It took off, and then not only that, it found some support, right, from this -618 extension level. It found some nice support and then finally rallied its way up to this upside. But enough of that. That's just a little bit more of an advanced way of how I like to look at the market. I'm going to actually break down specifically how, I was really able to capitalize. So I'm going to go back to my chart. Really, I want you guys to see. So the first thing that I really want you guys to pay attention to are my wave sequences, right? So the first thing I said was, right, you had this 3-count wave rejection failure. So if I were to measure, right, 1, 3, okay, 5, I'm gonna make this on white. Like I said, you had this nice 3-count wave failure rejection. Now, a lot of people like to trade this for, you can say this is an ascending wedge or an ascending channel, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm gonna call it exactly what it is. It's a 1, 2, 3, 5-count wave rejection with a nice bearish closure beneath my moving average. But like I said, you can't just automatically start selling, or you're going to get caught, right? You have to have more confirmations, more to align up with you, rather that be if you use RSI, other whatever indicator you like to use to help you find it, use it and use it well. But the next thing that really stood out to me, family, was this next wave sequence right here. Okay, so you have this wave sequence right here, the red one, in line with this higher time frame fib. You pay attention to 786 to 71% mark. This is a higher time frame fib from specifically this high to this low. Right? Watch when I unmute the chart back. This high to this low. Pay attention to the yellow dotted lines. When price got back up here to the 786 region, massive rejection. And this red bearish zone I have right here is from the bearish price action that happened from this specific candle over here. This candle right here, family, is an eye pointer. You really want to pay attention to candles like these. This last specific candle right here. Okay. This last buy candle, bullish candle before the down move. If I were to actually, pay attention to this 50% market, the same candle, look at how price is coming in to fill in. Beautiful, beautiful smart money concept. Beautiful. But let's keep going. Right? So as I had this wave sequence right here, the next wave sequence that I want you guys to pay attention to is, if you were to start, where you start the zero leg from is really opinional, objectional. But this 1 to 2 count wave is the wave that you identify, right? The wave that you personally missed because you want to identify before you get in, right? Then your third leg is the pullback. You always want to get on the third to fourth leg, right? So after this third to fourth leg, you can see we have some more candle closures beneath the moving average. Beautiful, exactly what we want to see. And then our last final pullback before the last drop. So these two wave sequences are so key, so pivotal, and so important to lining up with price action. And then you have market structure as well. So I like to use market structure and price action. Market structure is king, price action is queen, right? Market structure for me just simply means highs and lows. So without getting too complicated, I'm just going to use these boxes to represent my high and low, right? My high is right here, and my somewhere midpoint low is right here. And I'm also going to draw some more zones right here to break down, right, the lows that price is having. And every time price closes beneath every single one of my zones, right? I'm paying attention to how it reacts. How is price action reacting to the market structure as it's breaking all of these levels? Look at the wicks that's holding on to this level. Came back, uses this same zone to then find more support. Look, market structure is telling you. Look how price is trapped in beside this next market structure. Guess what's next? Guess what's next, family? Look, I'm giving you a live trade setup as we speak. This is how I literally look at the market. As soon as I have a closure beneath my 50 moving average that lines up with market structure, it's gone. It's goner. It's a goner. It's beautiful. Look, I'm going to draw a fib. You know I love my fibs. You know I love my fibs. This blue zone, pay attention to the blue zone is your 50%. Lining up with your 382, coming down. These are my target zones. Beautiful trade setup. Giving you a live trade, live action trade setup, and exactly how I like to look at the markets and exactly how I like to trade, right? If my first target is this -3 extension, and my third target is all the way down here, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I want to stay on topic. I don't want to get out of hand. I'm not trying to give you no live trade setups. I'm really overviewing my last analysis trade that I actually called. So let me getting a little bit too ahead of myself. Okay. So as I delete these circles, I really want you, fellow students, really just be able to pay attention to how I'm looking at the market. So now that I have my wave sequences pointed out, the next thing I wanted you to guys see, you all to see, was the nice rejections from the 786 and 71%, how it was holding this zone up here, how it was beautifully holding, and how buyers were, being trapped in between on the 4-hour time frame and then a 1-hour time frame as well. So another thing that is important to utilize and to capitalize on is your higher time frame confluence. So what I'm about to do now is I'm going to have the 1-hour time frame on the left side, and I'm also going to have the 4-hour time frame on the left side. So once again, I got my 1-hour time frame on the left side, and I want to have my 4-hour time frame on the right side. Excuse me, let me take some of these off, right? Because you don't need all of these to see. Okay, so what's really important that I want to show you guys is right here in between, right before the sale actually happened. If you pay attention to the candles that are printing, this last doji candle right here, look at this. This is important. Nice 3-step ladder up, followed by a nice bearish closure. Important, but you still didn't miss the sale. That's why this wick right here, right? This pre-sale, even though you had what you needed right here, the 5th count wave, remember, we were trying to get it on the 3 to 4. So my real entry was right here. As soon as I get a closure up in the mover average, I have an entry right here, and I can put my stop loss above the high. When price pulls back and we go on the drawdown, I know as long as I don't have no closures above this market structure and price action is looking as beautiful as this is, I'm good to go, right? I'm very good to go. And the last thing I wanted you guys to see is not only after you have these 2 candles, right, you then have this nice good money sign candle right here. This good money sign candle, and the reason it's a money sign candle, because this is the candle that is about to break my market structure. This is the candle that's going to line me up with this 1-hour time frame. So I'm having these 2 pointed out because I wanted to use the higher time frame confluence in line with the lower time frame confluence. So these 4-hour bearish candles are lining up with the 1 hour, right? I can go down to 30-minute, okay? It's lining up with the 30-minute. Look at these buyers. Buyers cannot gain back their control. Every time sellers come back in and then the buyers pick back up, look at these wicks. Weak, exhaustion. This is what it is. It's really exhaustion, followed by nice bearish closures, but under the moving average. I've showed you the 1 hour, showed you the 30-minute. I can show you the 15-minute. We can keep going on and on, family. On and on and on. You just need to know where to look for after you have it. I can even really get down into the sniper time frames, the 5-minute. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm about to go into that. Hold on. Let me erase this. After I've shown you the 4-hour to the lower time frame confluence, also want you guys to see this. This is another wave sequence in itself on the 5-minute time frame. Beautiful once you know how to utilize it. right? My zero leg is the start of really the trend, because this is a counter trend Elliot Wave formation. You have your 1 and 2. Remember, your 1 to 2 is your identified wave. Actually, let me break this down real quick. This is important to know, right? I trade W's. I trade M's. Okay? M's and W's. And what's important to know is that there's a wave sequence in all of those patterns. Every single one of those patterns, there's a wave sequence. So remember, your 1 to 2 was your identified trend that you want to get in. I mean, that you wanted to replicate. And your 3 to 4 is the trade that you want to take. You may not always get a fifth wave sequence, but if you do, you know you can continue it with the rest of the trend. So specifically, right here, we're looking at this, right? This 3 to 4, and price gave us a fifth wave pullback to carry it back down, right? You won't always get that fifth wave pullback sequence, but if you do, just know it's the real deal. So remember, your 1 to 2 was your identified pattern that you were able to see. Your 3 to 4 was the one that you wanted to enter in, and then thankfully we got a fifth wave pullback. So what do I mean by your 3 to 4 is you want to enter in, right? So once I said you have already your identified move, but once price respects it, and it doesn't have to always respect it, but I'm not going to get into that. Once price shows you that it's at least trying to attempt to get in, I'm getting in with these closures beneath the moving average, right? Beautiful. Put my high above here. Now I take it at least first to the market structure, but you know we can keep going on further and further. So before this video really gets too long, I really just wanted to show a few more things that I was able to capitalize off of, right? So not only did I show you that price came down here to this insufficient price action and beautifully wicked off of the 50%, right? I showed you my targets that I was looking for. I was really looking for 56,500, and the reason I was looking for 56,500, which it looked like it wicked it, but I wanted to see an actual fully closure below it. It's okay. It still came down and wicked it below. But the reason I was looking for it is because it was the closest whole level. My real targets were always my extension levels. I have my 618 extension level right here. And then right here, these blue zones, or these colored boxes, are my also extension zones as well. So I have my overall structure time frame on how I was able to look at this. But not only was I able to show you the sell, I'm going to show you one last thing on how you could have even capitalized off of the buy after the sell happened. Okay. Oh, my computer is not being friendly. Okay. So not only did I show you the wave sequence for the sell, okay, but you also have a wave sequence for the buy. So I have this 1 to 2, right? The identified trend. Okay. Then you have your 3 to 4, which you really want to replicate, but it failed on you. Price came back down again, gave you a fifth wave and an opportunity to buy up, right? But that's a little bit more advanced. I'm not going to get into that. But this is where that similar big fifth wave sequence is coming into handy. But I really wanted to stop to show you guys all the opportunities that you can capitalize on as well. And if I were to look at what price action is telling me right now, the main thing I see right here is this main extension wave, right? I'm measuring this previous move, and right now that blue zone is at 50%. That 50%, look how this beautiful price action is accumulating right here. This doesn't mean you automatically sell. You could have, if you know how to enter off a lower time frame sale, this is a 5-minute sale all day long. 5 minute. But we don't want that. We want the actual higher time frame confluence to line up. So what you want to do after accumulation, right? You want to wait for some type of manipulation, some type of false move before the bigger move. Or price could finish accumulating, right? This is Bitcoin. We're bullish on Bitcoin. But as we have buys, right? I remember someone was in my comments saying, buy Bitcoin. If Bitcoin buys and shows you wants to buy, yes, we're in. But if it accumulates and stalls out, guess what's next? But you have to be able to look at what price is telling you and to stay on board. So once again, family, thank you for taking your time out of the day to watch this. Hopefully I was able to provide you some type of perspective and show you guys really how I'm able to capitalize and look at these trade setups as they all happen. So thank you. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more trade setups. Stay tuned for more education. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. Peace.